Chapter 75. If everyone has understood the rules, please take your position. The following instructions will be broadcast in the room. The Earth Dog arranged everyone and then went to the front desk alone, and the two corridors, everyone was in position. We're all sitting in the first room of the corridor. The spies sent by the other side were standing in the corridor. In the last room were the receivers and the hostages. The rules of this game seemed simple. That was, would pass the password to the spy would pass it to the receiver would check the password, and finally open the door. However, although the rules could be explained in a few words, everyone was still unsure. After all, the most important part of this game was in the hands of the other team. Everyone, said the Earth Dog, holding a microphone at the front desk. At the same time, his voice came out from the broadcast in each room and corridor. The game will start in 10 minutes. Now, please let the spies make contact with the senders. Lin Tian was looking at various props in the room, constantly thinking about countermeasures in her mind. Boxes, locks, keys. 3 out of the 4 items could be crushed by the shredder. To avoid the shredder, the letter had to be put in the box and then locked. In this way, the whole box couldn't be thrown into the shredder, and the spy could only deliver it to the opposite side. But what about the key? Although she didn't know what tools Kaizhou had, according to the game settings, it was impossible to have a matching key or any lock-picking tools. How would he open the box after receiving it? Knock, knock. A faint knock on the door sounded. The spy girl opened the door from the outside. Are you ready? She asked expressionlessly. Lin Kai looked at the girl and asked, What's your name? Zhang, are you Ozu? Are you ready? Are you Ozu? Would you like to join us? Lin Kai asked directly. A girl named Zhang, are you Ozu thought for a moment and said, Joining you is too risky. I can't take the gamble. Risk? Yes. Zhang, are you Ozu nodded. If I help you win the game and you choose not to accept me at the last moment, I'll still die. She looked very serious, as if she had already thought about this problem. Your concern is reasonable. Lin Kai nodded and began her most adept chatting method. But let's make an assumption. In your understanding, if your team wants to win the game, what method will they use? Zhang, are you Ozu frowned slightly and said, You mean they will also cooperate with the spies? Yes, that's what I mean. Lin Tian said, just like an interview. We are now in a two-way choice. The same goes for you. What you should consider is not whether we will abandon, but whether your original team will abandon you. They won't. Zhang, are you Ozu said firmly. They won't abandon me for an old man. No matter how you think about it. It's impossible. They're not. For an old man. But for survival. Lin Tian slowed down her tone as much as possible to keep reducing the other's psychological defenses. Ordinary people would like to control their lives in their own hands, not in others, right? Zhang Ozu was obviously hesitant this time. She opened her mouth as if she wanted to say something, but remained silent. And I'm cooperating with you just to survive. What about the spy you sent out? Zhang Ozu said. He's clearly your teammate. Can you just abandon him? I've known him for less than 4 hours. I can't bet my life on just 4 hours of acquaintance. Lin Tian said seriously. And how long have you known your teammates? Will they take risks for you? Zhang Ozu was stunned for a while. After thinking it over again and again, she still didn't agree to Lin Tian's request. I can't trust you. Hurry up and get the letter ready. I suggest you make it sturdy. I'll try every means to destroy the letter inside. Zhang Ozu shook her head and said, Don't say anything else. May I ask why you're so insistent? Lin Tian asked finally. Mu is my boyfriend. Do I need any other reason? As a psychological counselor, Lin Tian knew that it was almost impossible to break down a person's psychological defenses within a few minutes. This kind of plot only appeared in science fiction novels. Normal people have extremely strong defenses against strangers, especially in such life-threatening situations. Every word spoken by both sides could potentially cost the other their life. so they would be even more cautious than usual. Lincoln didn't waste any more time either. Instead, she focused on the box in front of her. If not considering cooperating with the spy at all, was there any way to let Hishaw get the letter? On the other side, Mu, sitting in the center room, also met the spy old Liu. Hey, young man, hurry up and give me the stuff. Old Liu was leaning on the doorframe with one hand, looking very impatient. Mu scratched his emerald green hair and cast a contemptuous look at old Liu. He didn't look at the things on the table. Instead, he thought for a while and said, "Old man, $10 to buy your companion's life. How about it?" "What the heck?" Old Liu was stunned. $10? You don't look stupid. Naturally, you know the survival rules here, right? Old Liu thought for a long time before slowly saying, "What nonsense are you talking about? Young man, how can I betray my teammate for $10? Besides, I paid for the tickets." $15, Mu continued. "Besides the rewards that should be obtained from this game, I'll give you another $15. Old Liu's eyes slowly looked at the ground, his face full of hesitation. "Don't think about it, old man. You should know how to survive 100. Mu tapped his fingers on the table, his voice full of warning. "We'll accept you and let you survive. After we go out, we'll go our separate ways." Old Liu asked carefully, "If you give me $15, won't you get nothing?" "It doesn't matter." Mu shook his head inferiorly. "If we take the other's life, we can get the spoils on their bodies. We can't say we get nothing." "What about that woman?" Old Liu asked again. "Isn't she your girlfriend?" "As a woman." Mu leaned forward and glared at Old Liu viciously. "If a woman dies, I can just find another one. But if I die, the situation will be a bit bad." Old Liu felt that the man in front of him had an indescribable danger, but on careful thought, Hishaw and the others couldn't even come up with $15 on them. If he agreed to the other's request here, he would make a huge profit. "I want a deposit," Old Liu said. "Give me $5 right now." "What? Then you can't kill me." Old Liu smiled, and beads of cold sweat slid down his face. "Killing to take the Tao is not allowed, right?"